us for the record, please?
John Jesmond, representing the plaintiff, Henry Domurad.
Joseph Capola for Mayor Staffieri.
Very good. We ready to go? Call your first witness.
The plaintiff, Mayor Anthony Staffieri.
Sir, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury.
I do.
Please state your full name and address, spelling your last name.
My name is Anthony Staffieri, Staffieri. I live at 17 O'Sullivan Road, Derby, Connecticut.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir. Counsel?
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Staffieri.
Good morning.
Mr. Staffieri, you're the mayor of the
Counsel,
city.
you want to please step back at the, behind your,
This,
well, that's
oh, you want to be behind the table?
either one, but we need at the microphone.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Staffieri, you're the mayor of Derby, is that correct?
Correct.
And at some point, did you recommend the appointment of the plaintiff, Henry Domurad, to the position of Director of Finance?
Correct.
Do you remember the date of that?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I think we have the documents that have that. Do you recall whether or not you were involved in entering into an employment contract with Mr. Domurad?
Yes.
You were here, we subpoenaed you to be here today, did we not?
Yes.
And did we ask you to bring with you that employment contract?
I believe so, but they haven't been able to locate the actual signed copy.
So your testimony is you don't have the employment contract because you can't locate it?
Signed copy.
The
It's a signed copy, correct.
Do you know if anybody did a diligent search for finding it?
Yes, we have.
Do you have an unsigned copy of it?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Now, Mr. Staffieri, at some point, specifically on April 12th of this year, 2012, did you call Mr. Domurad into a meeting with yourself at the end of the workday?
Yes, I did.
And as a result of that meeting, did you convey to Mr. Domurad that you no longer wish to have him be employed by the town of Derby?
Not in that way. I asked him to come into my office. I asked him that, I told him that things are not working out well. When I said that to him, he immediately went to my table where I have the city charter, but my assistant, Phil Robertson, was closer. He grabbed the book. Meanwhile, as Mr. Domurad, as he was walking over to the table, he said that, well, you know, I'm entitled to my vacation, my sick days and everything. And I says, whatever you're entitled to, you will receive.
Did you also say that he could not be discharged based on the charter and the ordinances without the approval of the Board of Aldermen?
Not at that time.
You don't recall that?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Mr. Staffieri, after that meeting, it was widely reported in the local newspapers, particularly the Valley Independent Sentinel, that you said that you watched Domurad sign the resignation letter in front of yourself at the end of the workday on April 12th. Did you say that?
That's incorrect. I said that I watched him sign it, but not at the end of the April 12th.
Did you watch him sign it at some point during his time as Director of Finance?
Yes, it was months ago.
Approximately when?
To the best of my recollection, it was months ago.
Well, was it months ago or was it years ago?
No, it wasn't a month ago, but it was,
After New Year's?
I think it was just before this past New Year.
And do you recall the circumstances leading up to Mr. Domurad physically handing you a letter of resignation? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and what were the circumstances at that time?
There was an understanding between Mr. Domurad and I. When he was first hired, he was and still isn't qualified for the job. He was supposed to get his certification, supposed to do payroll, and to this day, he still hasn't done what he was supposed to do. With that, I kept telling him for the past few months, I'm not gonna renew your contract. That's the reason why I didn't renew his contract. And I told him that, it says, you know, if you don't do what you were supposed to do, you're not a qualified individual, you can't do it. And with that, he ended up producing the resignation letter, and he signed it in front of me. And I told him, I says, I'll hold on to it, but you need to get your certification. And it finally came to a point that he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing anything to achieve his goals. So I accepted his letter.
And it's your testimony that he signed that letter sometime after January 1st of 2012?
I believe it was before January 2012.
I believe it was before that.
Yes.
Would it have been in the previous year, in 2011, or?
I don't recall.
Could it have been in 2010?
I don't recall. It was such a busy schedule. I don't know.
And could it have been even at or about the time that he was appointed to the position in 2008?
No. I don't recall. I don't believe so.
Now, Mr. Domurad, excuse me, Mr. Staffieri, you actually recommended Mr. Domurad for the position, did you not?
Correct.
And you appeared before the Board of Aldermen to obtain their approval, is that correct?
Correct.
And in that